my dear one. Shannon here, animal intuitive and sensitive, animal communicator, and Reiki master practitioner with animallovelanguages.com. And this is Pearl, my precious soul bird sidekick. And we are continuing on with our Meditate in a Minute with the Breath series as an aid and a support to learning and practicing animal communication, interspecies communication, which is, of course, my passion. And so I've been sharing several of my favorite go-to breath techniques as a pathway to meditate in the single moment, because we really just don't have, as I've been saying, we really don't have the luxury, most of us, of being able to carve out time and space and silence when we really need it, like when we're behind the wheel and somebody cuts us off, or when we're waiting in a long line at the store, or when we're on hold with the doctor's office or a child's school, or when we're gridlocked with anxiety instead of being able to allow our ideas and our insights and inspirations to flow, or when we're trying desperately to listen to somebody we love, whether that's another human animal or an animal of another species, and we can't hear them because our own mind and emotions are just going haywire on us. We need to be able to recenter. We need to be able to meditate like the blue-crowned night heron behind my house meditates on his or her breakfast every morning. It's not surprising to me that this heron is such a good hunter, because they are single-minded in their focus, single-minded, one-pointed focus. This is meditation in action. It's nothing to be afraid of. We do it all the time. Most of the time when we're anxious, when we're afraid, when we're angry, when we're sad, when we're tired, the chances are really good we've just been meditating on things that aren't healthy for us, things that aren't supportive for us, maybe things we can't avoid meditating on for a moment or two, but we don't have to let our attention linger there for longer than is absolutely necessary. And so if you followed me around for a day and a night, you would find me doing these breathing practices throughout my day. And luckily, most of them are very unobtrusive, and you'll never even know that I'm doing them. But this particular one that we're going to do today is actually a little more obvious. So it's something that you can use if you'd like to do yoga. In fact, I just read an article that said breath work is the new yoga, which is like, oh, cool. So in fact, there's all kinds of things that are the new yoga, because we're having to incorporate these recentering practices in micro moments in our overly busy, noisy lives today. And so this is a very good discipline to adopt, is to have several different breath work tools in your toolkit and be able to pick and choose what feels right to you. It's also another great way to start really tuning into your own intuition and beginning to trust your gut brain, because you can feel into it. What breath practice do I feel drawn to right now? What feels right to me? What is my body craving? What will give me the instant, the space and the peace that I need, just that micro moment to break through into the silence and stillness, to be able to recenter in my own heart and to be able to feel what feels true and authentic for me in this moment. So today is called nadi, shodhana, pranayama, more simply put, alternate nostril breathing. And I love that nadi, shodhana, pranayama means gentle, subtle, clearing breath. So we're clearing, it's the energetic clearing. We're clearing out. It's like taking that big exhale that we take before we start a new breath practice. We want to subtly clear all that old, stale, and possibly even toxic energy out. And then I even like to just take a deep breath to make sure all of my cells are freshly oxygenated and happy. And this is especially good when we're learning a new breathing method, because we might not feel like it's flowing seamlessly right at first. So nadi, shodhana, pranayama, or alternate nostril breathing, it has a specific methodology behind it, and I wouldn't get too terribly hung up on it in terms of which fingers to use and exactly what to put where. That's not really our intent or our goal here. It's more about balancing the left and the right side of our body, the left and right hemisphere of our brain,
and really allowing all the parts to remember that we're really all friends in here, and it's good to be connected. We like to reconnect with one another. We don't need to stay off in our little corners. We need to remember how the whole system works together. And so, just for the purposes of demonstration, I will share that the traditional hand posture is you bend down your index finger, middle finger, bend down your little finger. And we're primarily, and some people actually keep the index finger up between the eyebrows and the third eye point. I'm not going to do that because then you can't see what I'm doing with my thumb and my ring finger. But just keep in mind that a lot of people like to do it that way. If that's uncomfortable for you, don't even worry about it. And if you prefer to use your thumb and your index finger for whatever reason, that's fine. I really honestly would not get that hung up on it. In fact, even notice I'm having a little pain in this middle finger right now as I'm doing it. So if I wanted to do this kind of breath work, it gets confusing, right? I can't even remember it myself. And I certainly, if I'm anxious or if I'm stressed out and I really need a specific breathing technique and I'm drawn to this technique, I'm not going to try to stress myself out further. Maybe, oh, Shannon, and you're not doing it right. You're supposed to, it's not about that. We're past that. We're way beyond that these days. We're all about just remembering that breath is life. When we're breathing deeply and fully, this is like a reset button for our already overtaxed fight or flight survival system, our limbic brainstem that really does not know the difference and will never learn the difference between a nasty gram that shows up in our email box and a giant saber-toothed tiger hiding behind the tree in the clearing just ahead. So let's just, for the purposes of demonstration, we'll go ahead and use our thumb and our fourth finger. It does not matter which nostril you start with. Some purists may disagree, and I'm cool to agree to disagree on that. I'm just going to start with I'll start with my right nostril, which is going to look like your left nostril if you're mirroring me here on the screen. So we're just going to breathe in through nostril number one. Let's call it nostril number one. So your right nostril. And so while we're doing this, you'll notice while we're doing this, if you're just listening along or you got your eyes closed, I've got my ring finger pressed against my left nostril because I'm not using that one right now. We're focusing on our right nostril. So nostril number one is open, nostril number two is closed. We have our ring finger pressing down on nostril number two, which is our left, and our thumb is poised and ready to press down on nostril number one, the right nostril, when we switch. So once again, we've got nostril number two is closed. We breathe in through nostril number one. Now, quick switch. Use the thumb to press down on nostril number one, the right nostril, and we're going to breathe out through nostril number two, the left nostril, which is now open. So now we're going to breathe in through nostril number two, which is still open. Then move the thumb away, replace the pressure on nostril number two with the ring finger, and breathe out through nostril number one. And we just keep this pattern going. We'll do 4 rounds of this with left and right nostril. We're going to breathe in through the right nostril, close off the left nostril. So breathe in. Now close off the right nostril, breathe out through the left nostril. Now breathe in through the left nostril, quickly close off the left nostril, breathe out through the right nostril. Now breathe in through the right nostril, quickly close off the right nostril, breathe out through the left nostril. Now breathe in through the left nostril, quickly close off left nostril, and breathe out through the right nostril. Now breathe in through the right nostril, quickly close off the right nostril, breathe out through the left nostril. Now breathe in through the left nostril, quickly close off the left nostril, and breathe out through the right nostril. And we're back where we started. So it was 4 rounds of nadi, shodhana, pranayama. It's hard to pronounce, right? But we really don't need to worry about that. Alternate nostril breathing. The whole goal is balancing the right and the left hemisphere, the creative and the analytical, everything back home. I would love to hear which one so far is your favorite breathing practice. If you've had some cool experiences with any or all of these, love to hear about that too. If I haven't covered one of your favorite go-to breathing practices for animal communication, for quick meditation, for easing restless sleep, for whatever you use it for, I'd love to hear about that. And I love learning new breathing practices. I use this every single day when I'm speaking with animals all over the world and when I'm communicating with my own pets. Sometimes, though, you don't need an animal communicator to tune in because somebody dips their head and it's so obvious they want neck feathers. Yeah. He says, I'm just making it really easy on you, Mom. I'm making it easy, Mom. He's making it so easy. Yeah. This is the cuteness, right? Got to bring the cuteness. Cuteness is even better. It's even better than the breath for calming everything down and bringing everything back home to gratitude and love. Yeah. I hope you've been enjoying this series. Stay tuned for more and I will see you soon. Okay, lots of love and bye for now. Hi there, Shannon here again, and I just wanted to pop back on to say I so hope you are enjoying our Breathwork for Better Animal Communication series and that your mind is calmer and more quiet and you're able to hear the animals with more confidence and clarity. And I also wanted to issue you a special invitation. Isn't that right, Pearl? We are just about to open up enrollment for our next Animal Communication Adventure course. This is a small group, personally curated program that walks you through the steps of the exact process I use with every single animal communication client I work with. So you will learn from a real life working animal communicator, no filler, no fluff, just solid, useful information to help you show up for every interspecies conversation that you have with your heart open, your mind calm and quiet, and your spirit confident. If this sounds like just what you've been looking for, I would love to invite you to join us. All you have to do is head over to animallovelanguages.com/enroll. Let me know that you're interested. And as soon as the program opens, I will personally email you with the link to register and be a part. Okay?